What's going on, everybody? This is Shantae, and this is Live with Shantae, episode 12. And I am here with Kelisa, owner of W.O.W Body Massage and Spa Services. All right. So, you guys, on this episode, we are going to talk about the struggles of being an entrepreneur. Okay. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about W.O.W Body. All right. So, Ms. Kelisa, let us know a little bit about yourself and your business.
Hello, again, I'm Kelisa. I am a native here of Corsicana. I've been here all my life. And what I offer is massage therapy. I also offer spa amenities, which is hydrotherapy and body contouring. So if you need to steam it out, get it pressed down with me digging my hands in, I've got you. You just come in and I guarantee you will walk out feeling completely different.
Okay, and so is it like open sessions, or is it like one-on-one, or how is it?
No, it is completely one-on-one, so it is appointment only. I do not take walk-ins, and that's just because whenever you come in, it's your time. I am completely dedicated to whatever you came in for, so that way I don't have to worry about someone else coming in, asking questions. There's always a note on the door letting people know that I am in a session, so if they have any questions, they just need to reach out to me via telephone or on my website.
Okay, and so how did you start the business?
Surprisingly, I actually started the body contouring first. I got into that. I was at a point in my life to where I was looking for something completely different. I had worked from home for 6 or 7 years, and I actually had the opportunity to go learn and train about body contouring. During that process, I actually learned that body contouring and massage therapy went hand in hand. So I did the body contouring first, and then later went to school to become a massage therapist.
Okay, and how long does it usually take to get your certificate to be a massage therapist?
It depends. Some programs take about 6 months. Some of them can take a year or more. It just depends on where you go to school at.
Okay, and what would you say will be the best decision that you made when it comes down to deciding that entrepreneur is the thing for you?
For me personally, working in corporate America, I always knew that I didn't want to work for anybody. I knew I wanted to be able to call the shots, pick my hours, pick my days, have complete control over what I'm doing, how I'm making money, and what I'm doing to make the money. So it was an easy decision for me to be an entrepreneur.
Okay. All right, so now we're going to get into that. That's the highlights, okay? You know, you spoke a little bit about the benefits of being an entrepreneur, which is flexible hours. You make your own schedule. No one can fire you, and that's
Right.
no one can fire you. Now let's talk about the struggles of being an entrepreneur. What would you say is one of the toughest struggles that an entrepreneur may face?
Depending on what you're doing, finances is top of the list. If you don't have the money, it limits you tremendously as far as what you can do, how you can do it. For me, I lucked up at the time when I began all of this. I was at a point in my life to where I had saved up a certain amount of money. So I was able to go into business for myself completely debt free. It was money that I lost on my own because it was my money, but I didn't have to get loans, and that makes a huge difference because getting loans, it adds that extra pressure onto you. So not only are you getting things together for your business, you also have to make sure that you pay that money back. So definitely that's one of the top things I feel like is pressure when you decide to be an entrepreneur, is just making sure that you can financially support yourself, because you're giving up certain safety nets of making sure that you can pay yourself or pay whatever is coming your way. You don't have that employer who's got PTO and all these extra perks and benefits. It's you. So if you fail, it's completely on you.
Okay. All right. And so with that being said, would you suggest entrepreneurship unto others, or would you suggest just that safety net of having a regular 9 to 5, which is like a guaranteed paycheck, which is different from being an entrepreneur?
It is completely different. I would suggest it if you are mentally stable. And when I say that, I mean there's a lot of long hours, as you know. It's not just a regular 8 hours a day. Some days it can be 12 hours, it can be 13 hours, and 5 or 6 of those hours are you giving to your business without technically getting paid for it, because you have to keep going until the job is done. But at the same time, if you are mentally stable to be an entrepreneur, you have to know that some days are going to be so much harder than others. And if you're not mentally stable to sustain the pressure of being an entrepreneur, you're not going to make it. Those days will get the best of you and you will cave, you will give in. But if you are mentally stable and you know, okay, this is just one bad day, there's more good days ahead, then you will make it. And I suggest it over going in and clocking in and giving somebody else your money, because that's essentially what you're doing. Although you do have that safety net, they're getting a percentage of what you put your hard work into. You're not getting your full worth when you work that 9 to 5. Whoever is responsible for you coming into that job, they have a safety net. So they have to be able to afford to have you there to do that job. You're not getting everything that you worked really hard for.
I really, really agree with you on that. Okay, so are you a full-time entrepreneur or are you a part-time entrepreneur?
I am a full-time entrepreneur. I may not do the same thing every day, all day, but I don't clock in anywhere. I do independent contractor work, but even that, I decide when I do it. I decide what I'm doing. I decide what rate I'm going to do it for. I think actually you mentioned before that you do Instacart.
Mm-hmm.
I do that sometimes. That's just one of the things that I add to my list among numerous things. I never stop and let one thing dictate, okay, I didn't make this amount of money this day, so I'm going to go back and do my 9 to 5. No, I've got other options. I may do this one day, I may do something else the other day, but for the past 7 years, actually ever since I left an 8 to 5 job, I've been on my own. Now what I'm doing, whether it's customer service, working from home, going out delivering groceries, I decide who I work for, when I work for them, how much I'm going to work for them, because if they're not offering me the amount that I feel I deserve, I'm not going to do it. There's so many other opportunities for me, so I'm not going to limit myself. So I am a full-time entrepreneur.
Okay. I'm liking this. I'm liking this interview so far. Okay, so when you decided to quit your safety net,
Mm-hmm.
and when I say safety net, of course, we all know we're talking about the job. What was the leading moment that got you to that decision? Did something happen and was you forced to make that decision? Or was it something that you thought over and you thought it was the best thing for you?
For me, the ultimate moment was when I needed to leave to go tend to my child, and I had to make sure somebody else could cover for me. And if they could not cover for me, I had an adult telling me that I could not leave.
Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that a little bit. Because that's my major problem.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to start several businesses, because it's policies that companies have that I disagree with, and I want to be in control and create that change. So let's talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that employers want you to choose the job over your life? Because your family is your life. You
Right.
can get another job. You can't replace your child. Why do you think that the job is more important to them?
It honestly depends on the employer. I've worked for some really understanding employers. When my son, who is 15 now, when he was around 1, almost 2, I had the benefit of working for an employer who completely understood. He even let me bring my son's playpen into my office, to where if it was a problem of needing child care or tending to my child, if it wasn't an emergency such as medical, he let me bring my child to work with me. That wasn't going to stop me from working, from not having adequate child care. Now, you've got other employers who they're all about the bottom line. It's money, it's finances. They want their finances to be secure. They're not concerned about you. To you, you're a person, but to them, you are something on their checklist. You have a monthly amount that you're trying to get to goal-wise. They have a monthly amount that they're trying to get to goal-wise. So for you to leave and to go do something that's not benefiting them, that's a problem. Although your family is important, you leaving is costing them money. And that is a problem. So a lot of people don't know how to distinguish between the two. You've got some employers who understand. They've got family, they've got needs, they have a wonderful understanding of a human being in general. Everybody's not like that, unfortunately. And that is one of the major reasons why I decided, if I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna make money, I'm gonna support my family, I'm gonna do it on my terms. I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it, because I have a bottom line, I have a monthly goal. And I would rather my monthly goal be something that I'm working towards, and not, if something happens, I'm messing up somebody else's monthly goal.
Okay. So as an entrepreneur, you don't have a paycheck. It's not a guaranteed paycheck.
No.
So you might have one day you might make 500. You got one day you might make 600. You just making this money this week, so you like, oh, I'm making money. Then you don't get another order for a whole month. How do you handle that?
So when you first start out, if you're naive to the demands of being an entrepreneur, you're gonna sink really fast.
What do you mean by that?
So as you mentioned, you may have a month or even a day to where it's very lucrative. You make a lot of money. Another day it may not be so much. You have to be able to budget. If you're gonna be an entrepreneur, if you don't know how to budget, it's not gonna be good for you. Because you have to be able to understand, yes, this was a good day, or this was a good week. You have to filter that out to last until the next day or the next week. I never look at it on a daily basis or a weekly basis. I look at everything on a monthly basis. I have a set goal for that month. I know what I have to pay. I know what is expected of me. So once I meet what is considered your overhead, once I meet that set quota, anything beyond that, it gets split up into sections. I've got this amount for a rainy day. I've got this amount for, okay, these are my fees, but I may have additional fees. You never know what's gonna come up. And then I have another amount for, okay, we're gonna keep this here in case something just needs to be filtered over into something else. You never take what you got and then just run with it. You will run out of money faster than you make it. And on those days when you're making money, that's great. Always celebrate that, but never depend on just that one day or just that one week. You always have to put up. You always have to filter it out, save it, let it go over to the next month. You may have 2 times as much saved over the next month, but that's okay. Keep it so that those months when things are really slow and nothing's coming in, you've got it. You're not stressing, you're not panicking, because again, you don't have that safety net anymore. You don't have somebody you can go and, how many vacation days do I have? You know, can I cash that out? Because some places allow that. You don't have that anymore. So you have to look out for you. You have to look out for your business. And if you're not able to do that, you don't need to be an entrepreneur. It just boils down to, you have to not be selfish. Being an entrepreneur and being selfish don't mix, because you have to be able to penny pinch, as some people call it. My grandma would be proud of that. But you have to be able to penny pinch and save for the rainy days, save for the what if, save for the I feel like I did really great these past few months and I just want to do something for myself. Because you deserve it. You may go 2 or 3 months and all you're doing is literally keeping the lights on. You may go and then eventually be able to pay yourself. I don't always get paid every month, but that doesn't mean I don't make money every month. I'm making what I need for my business, and then as time goes on, everything's taken care of. I've got the rainy day fund really good, and then I may splurge. I may take myself on a little mini vacation, but don't depend on that every month. A 9 to 5 will give you a set amount, but at the same time, you have to decide which way do you want to go. Do you want to have that safety net and have somebody tell you what to do? Or do you want to have that freedom and that flexibility, but you also have a few extra worries? So you personally have to decide which route is better. And for me, having that freedom, having that flexibility, that was my route. I can actually breathe every day I wake up.
Okay, so we're talking about money, right?
Yes.
And of course, the customers bring in the money.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you tell the people who feel like that they're not getting the support that they feel like they deserve?
From their customers?
From their customers, family,
Mm-hmm.
just that community all the way around. What would you tell those that feel like that they're undervalued at the moment? Let's say that.
That is a natural feeling. You're gonna feel that. And I don't know if you've heard this before, I'm sure you have, or anybody who's decided to go in this line of field of being an entrepreneur, never depend on your friends and family. They're great, but never depend on your friends and family to be your customers. Most of the time, a stranger or someone who has never met you, someone who has met you potentially once or twice, will be the person who actually pours into your business much more than a family and friend. So never depend on them to be the ones to support your business. Now, that's not saying they won't. Some people have great friends and family who regularly pour into their business, but never depend on them to be what keeps your business going. Because at the end of the day, those will actually be at the bottom of the list of who is keeping your business going, who is promoting your business, who is regularly getting things that you are promoting and servicing to the community. So always reach out. You have to be willing to step outside the lines and talk to people that you normally would never talk to.
And how do you go about communicating with people that you don't know? Because it's easier for you to pitch your business and your ideas to family versus a complete stranger.
And that's usually the easiest way to kind of break the ice within yourself, is pitching it to friends and family, because you're going to receive rejection. You're going to receive that feeling of feeling like you're not doing it right. Nobody believes that you can do it, and pretty soon you'll start believing that you can't do it either. So promoting it to your friends and family is the best way to start out, and that's just breaking that inner ice in yourself, because we all have doubts. But approaching someone that you do not know, for me personally, it's an adrenaline rush. Being able to walk up to somebody that I don't know, I have no idea what they're gonna say to me. I have no idea how they're gonna take what I'm presenting to them. But at the same time, when you walk away from them, they're either gonna like what you said or they're not. But you did it. And you can never take that moment back because you did it.
Okay. All right. So I'm loving the conversation right now. But we're also here in your shop, right? So let's just give everyone a tour around the shop. You're gonna let us know a little bit about each section. All right, you down for it?
Sure.
All right, let's go.
over here, what we've got is where the massages take place. What you will do here is lay back and relax and have a therapeutic massage session. I do currently offer either 30 minutes or 60 minutes. So you can either get a specific area or you can get your entire body, which is from head to toe. And that does include hot stones if necessary. And there are other amenities that are included with each session so that it is catered to your specific needs and that any pain areas are addressed during each session. And right here, what we have is our infrared sauna. This is one of the many services that are offered to detoxify and purify the body. Once you're inside this enclosed infrared sauna, it does include a warm session that gets the body going. It helps with muscle aches, any type of soreness as well. That can be done either before a massage or right after a workout. And we also have a happy foot session that does include a 45-minute session of getting your feet therapeutically relaxed, in any muscle aches or soreness that you have is addressed during that time. It does include several options within that session, and it ends with a warm sensation of the paraffin wax. So we have several options along with a steam canopy that is new, that is upcoming. So it helps to detox the body. So anything that you're needing to help with inch reduction, cellulite reduction, here at W.O.W Body, we have it all. After each session, whether it's a massage or a detox session, you will never leave without first replenishing your body. So I always make sure to offer you a complimentary drink, whether it be alkaline water to help sustain any of the muscles that have been manipulated during that session. And then of course, when you detox, you want to replenish the toxins that were taken out, and you want to replenish that with something refreshing. I also have anxiety and detox tea that is available. Again, all of these items are complimentary either before your session or once your session is over with. So definitely make sure that you grab a drink before you leave, and then we will see you again at the next time of your session. The most important thing that you need is a good support system. If you don't have people there supporting you, whether it be mentally, physically, just being there. I myself, if I didn't have the support system that I had, W.O.W Body would have been shut down a long time ago. I actually walked into my office one day and just completely started boxing up everything because I had allowed myself to think that I couldn't do it. The pressure of it became too much. But having that support system allowed for me to reevaluate what I was doing it for and start over, whether it be completely or just from the drawing board. Never give up, especially if it's your dream. It can be hard, but it is so worth it. So all you entrepreneurs out there, keep going. You have my support. You have every entrepreneur's support out there, and just know that you are good enough and you can do it and you will do it.
What up? It's your girl GG, the Honey Queen. I'm here from Fort Worth, Texas. And I came to see my baby daddy, Carlos.